Pete, it's Ben. It's good
Ben,
to see you, man.
it's good to see you too. Long
How's
time
it
no
going down
see.
there in sunny Tennessee?
It's cold,
Yeah. Oh, what? Don't tell me about that. I'm
but
sorry.
it's a beautiful day back there. Look at that. It's a
It
beautiful
looks
day.
gorgeous. It
Yeah,
looks
sky's
gorgeous.
all crystal blue and it's just a pretty day. We're actually having a heat wave. It's at least 30 right now. And
Wow. You
compared to
still
the
got
eight
us beat.
degrees, compared to the 8 degrees. So
That's crazy.
I saw a friend of mine do a video. Y'all were like -7 or something, or
Yeah.
one night, and she went out and she threw boiling water, and it
Right.
just all went to instantly to powder.
It's really cool. Yeah, that's a fun thing to do. That's a fun thing to do.
Science.
So, so last year I was there, and all of a sudden I was leading a strum or something, and all of a sudden I go, "Is that Pete McCarty out there?" And I go, "I don't remember seeing him register." And sure enough, you were there,
I
and
was
thank
there.
goodness you were. We had to call you into action that Friday night when we needed a sub. You did a great job. Everybody loved you, but I was so thrilled to
Ah,
see you there because we've just run into each other. I think we've only run into each other in person once. It was up in the or what was the one up there in
there. Well,
Minnesota?
to my memory, it's twice. We went to Minnesota.
Yeah,
And you had your little buddy with you, and I met you then.
Jack. Yeah,
Yeah, met Jack. Saw you then, and then we were in Wisconsin together
oh, Little Revs.
for Little Revs. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that was fun. That was probably one of those rare moments where we all got to sit down together, you and your crew, and me and my
right.
buddy, and we just sat there in the bar singing and
That's
having that
right.
was
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
fun. And
Well,
my
and other than that, of course, we've kept in touch with each other a lot on Facebook and whatever. But
yep.
I'm happy to officially have you here at Mighty Youth Day
Well,
this
thank you.
year.
Hey, I'm honored. I am honored to get the call. And I think I think I told you earlier, I said, man, I'm happy. Whatever you need me, wherever you need me, let's have some fun and make people happy. I think that would be
Absolutely.
great.
Well, that's your claim to fame there, Pete. You're the spreader of aloha spirit of the ukulele, that's for sure.
Oh, you're too kind. You're way too
Well, you
kind.
really are. You really are. And we're gonna really put you into action. You do such a great job leading strums. Everybody loves it. You've come out, you're always putting together these great songbooks and stuff. So we're gonna I think everybody's gonna be really happy that we're gonna work in some extra strums at Mighty Uke Day this year.
I think
And
it'll be fun.
it's gonna be great.
Surprise them with a few, right?
Yeah, throw in a few like, what? You can play this song on the ukulele? No, Pete, we can't do it. Oh, we can. This is so
Oh, we
cool.
can.
We can. Yes, we can. Um, well, so how long have you been playing the ukulele? I mean, well, how'd you get started?
I actually bought my first ukulele in 2008. But before that, I've always played something. I was in school band. I played all four saxophones that we had at the time. I've always done something. And matter
Yeah.
of fact, my first recollection of actually playing an instrument, my brother is 4 years older than me, and when he was about 10 or 9, he got his first guitar. And of course, I credit him to my playing ability because he walked over to me, looked right in the face. He said, "If you touch this, I'll kill you." And of course, as a brother, that meant it's on. And
Oh,
so I
you're gonna
started,
get it for sure. Yeah.
whenever he was gone, I would go in and we had two books. We had a Baptist hymnal and we had a Glenn Campbell songbook that I started learning chords in, and I've played ever since then. And
Yeah.
but the ukulele, and I've played all kinds of instruments. And in 2008, I was a friend of mine had gotten a new job working for the my local county government, and friend of mine at the time, my coworker, he brought in a mandolin. He said, "Here, you need to learn how to play this." And so I went home, and YouTube in its infancy, and
Yeah.
I typed in beginning mandolin, and the very first person that showed up was somebody who I didn't know who it was, and he wasn't playing a mandolin. And I said, "What is that?" And I literally clicked on it, and he started playing so fast that you couldn't see his hands on video. And it ended up being Mr. Jake himself, Jim Bakura, and
No. There you
he
go.
and there was only like 60,000 views at that time, And I saw that and I said, I don't even know what that is that he's playing. And because when I finally figured out what it was, when he talked about it, um, most of the time I'd never seen it. As children, we used to see movies with Bing Crosby and Bob Hope, and they're playing this
Sure.
little tiny ukulele doing vaudeville acts. And I didn't know it was a legitimate instrument at that time, didn't know how to spell it. And the way he pronounces it, I typed in two O's, KU, and then eventually figured out how to
Right.
spell it. And within back then, you didn't get anything overnight. So it took me 2 to 3 weeks to get my first ukulele, and I started playing. And there's something about it that just touched me where no other instrument had. And I've played every day since. And
Yeah.
I used to sit at night and play to my wife as she went to sleep. And then about a year later, she's like, "Why are you playing that in here while I'm sleeping?" I realized,
Honey,
she's
it was
just being.
supposed to be romantic.
I was trying. So, but then I started playing it at a time in 2008, and it took me 6 years to find other ukulele players to play in Memphis. I went to music stores, churches, put notes on bulletin boards, and nobody played a ukulele.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I can't remember, there was either a guy on American Idol or something that played ukulele, and then this one really nice lady here in town who was a singer, she was trying to do some extra work, and she started doing ukulele lessons after that. So I paid her $10. I've been playing for 6 years at that point, but I paid her $10 a pop to go in and meet the people that she was teaching, and that's where we
Oh,
started our group. Me and another guy. We started. His name was Tim, and he's even more outgoing than I am. And next thing you know, we're meeting out at the Overton Shell where Elvis did his first performance, and we're playing ukes out there on a sunny day. And that went from that to when it got cold, we started meeting at a place called the Grill at night. And next thing you know, we've got 70 people. A few years, we got 70 people in there, and we outgrew
yeah.
it. Then we went to a place called Sense of Barbecue, and we would have over 100 people before COVID. And it's been an adventure. It's been a real adventure, and I love my
Yeah.
local group, my family. Um,
Yeah.
it's been fun. It's been fun.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned about playing where Elvis played. I mean, Memphis has such a rich musical history, as do many places across the country. But Memphis certainly has its own unique style. And I mean, how did all that fit into what you're doing with the ukulele?
Well, I think now let me tell you this. I don't see a lot of youth groups doing this, but we have a one of my partners in crime for the youth group. His name is Jay Blunden, and one of the unique things we do locally is we do a St. Patty's Day parade, and we do a Christmas parade, and we do it on famous Beale Street.
Oh
And go,
yeah,
yeah, and it's just one of the things that's just fun to do. You're participating in the parade, and we'll have every year, the number varies how many people volunteer to come down and do it, and it's been so much fun. But one of the things about music history in Memphis is a lot of people, when they see Memphis, they think of one thing. They either think of Elvis or they think of the blues.
right, right.
And what they don't realize is music history in Memphis goes all the way back to performers on Beale Street, the Memphis Jug Band. And
Oh
what did they
sure.
pl- and what did they play? They played ukuleles.
Yep.
Yeah, and so people don't realize ukuleles had a long history in music history in Memphis. And
Yeah,
that's really
interesting.
cool.
Yeah,
And it's
I
all
wouldn't have thought of
varied.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all varied. Now, when you go down there now, you're not necessarily going to see a ukulele player, but I have being with the county and being in one of my jobs within the county was to frame things like pictures and various things for within the buildings. And one of the pictures that I have, or I had, it recently somebody actually used it, was to go through these archival pictures, and I actually have a picture of the original Memphis Jug Band. And I think it's called, if you look it up, I think her name is Laura Dukes, little Laura Dukes here in town, that is standing out playing a ukulele, singing, or she's singing, and got a little fez on, and singing, and it was right there in the 30s, I think, or 20s on Beale Street. It's cool. It's really cool. I'll have to
I'm
send
writing
you
this
that if I
down.
can
Little
find.
Laura Dukes.
I believe it's Little Laura Dukes, and if it's not that, I will let you know because there's a famous picture of her. We have a uh, uh, gosh, I'm trying to think of what the name, Center for Southern Folklore here on Main Street, and they sell a poster of her with her harmony ukulele.
Wow, how
Yeah,
cool.
I'll have to
Well,
send you
that
a
you're
picture.
just following, you're following in the Memphis tradition
That's
then.
right. It's just we're just falling in line.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you're going to make the trip up here. We've been talking about we're going to, like I said, have some more strums for everybody.
Yes, sir.
Take advantage of your presence here. And I'm looking forward to it. Just a really good time. And it's great having people like you, like I said, spreading that aloha spirit and bringing our community all together because,
Isn't
you
it a
know,
great community? It's
it
it's
is.
a
It really is. And in times like this, we need to find our community and stick with each other and do what we can to spread that joy. So,
well. So you asked me a question. I'm gonna ask you a question.
yeah.
Do you ever just take a moment, take a breath, and look back at all the things that you've created over the years?
You know,
Do you ever just say, "Wow,
yeah,
look at all the fest
and
and stuff"?
well, and would I have ever thought of this?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we've been about the same time. I kind of got hooked on the ukulele in 2009 when I went to Hawaii. And believe it or not, there was an ukulele festival going on. So um, everybody was just having the time of their lives, you know. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And that's when I came back and we got it. All these started out with the Lansing Area Ukulele Group, started Mighty Uke Day 15 years ago. This is our 15th anniversary. Started the nonprofit, then I started Uke Camp and got hooked up with Ashokan and this and that. And I mean, if you had told me in 2008 that my whole life would revolve around ukulele, I'd be like, huh?
I feel exactly the same. If you'd have
What are
told
you
me in
talking about?
2008, well, I mean, if you'd have told me in 2008, this is the simplest way I can put this. If you'd have told me in 2008 that I would have this, what I call family, basically all over the world, and not just friends. I'm talking about people that I adore. I
Yeah,
never would have believed you, and it's all because of the ukulele. That's where it came from, and it's. I mean, I'm a very outgoing person. I know that, but this has actually amplified my own personality in a sense, and it's also made it possible to just meet some amazing people and go some incredible places, things I never
absolutely.
would have gotten to do. I mean, I'm sure eventually I would have went to England. I'm sure, and and I thank you to all the lovely people that brought me over to England. But it wasn't that. I mean, even in England, the ukulele people that while I was there, they took me out on tours of their places. They took me in different parts of the country, and
Right.
stuff that just you wouldn't get to do if you were just going over there and buying a tour. I mean, I got to go
Yeah.
play. I mean, Hadrian's Wall. I got a full tour. Just people who took me up there, just being gracious. And
Yeah.
we are in. I've said it before. Ukulele people are some of the best people you'll ever meet. They just are.
Absolutely.
They are. And
Absolutely.
I learned more and more. Um, I learned more and more that if you just extend the hand of friendship to some of these people and be nice and try to be happy and have fun, you'll meet some of the best people you've ever met. You
Yep.
just got to allow yourself to do it. That's what's funny about the ukulele world. There's a whole lot of introverted people, but you put a ukulele in their hand, some of these people that normally wouldn't do something, they're
Absolutely.
up doing open mic.
Well, that's what's the beauty about open mic is that, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. And then they get up and it's like, whoa, yeah, you can do that,
You
you
can do
know?
that.
And then
Yep,
you'll never have a more appreciative crowd to play in front of,
that's true. And
you
they
know, because
and
it's
that's
very
right.
supportive,
Yep,
you
that's
know?
true, 100%. But
Yeah,
my rule number one has held true. Rule number one for me is have fun, and I think in a lot of these cases, if you'll go like these festivals, if you'll go the extra mile and jam with people and have these jams and stuff like that and make people happy, I mean, it ends up you go home satisfied. You go home knowing that you did the best you could do, and a lot of people left there with a good feeling because we all need it. We all need it.
Yep, we all need it. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, Pete, this has been great talking to you.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to having you up here May 9th through 11th, 2025,
Yes,
Mighty
sir.
Uke Day 15. You get
Mighty
to be
Uke Day
part of the
15.
historic 15th
I'm
Mighty
going to
Uke
be
Day.
excited. Actually, I'm excited right now. That was a
Oh,
total lie. I'm excited right now.
okay, well,
So,
try to calm down. We still got a few months, okay?
okay.
But we'll have an awesome time. I'm really looking
Yes, sir.
forward to it.
I think we ought to throw some surprises at people, throw some jams they're not
Oh, yeah,
expecting.
we'll need to do that for sure. For sure. All right, man. Good talking to you.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.